Okay, it's a touchy subject. No one ever likes to admit it, but I've got nits. Being around children, if you're a parent, you'll know the frustration. Nits is one of the worst things that can happen to your dreadlocks and one of the biggest fears. I've had nits before and I've dealt with them and it hasn't been a problem. So I'm going to show you how to get nits out of dreadlocks. So over the years I've tried a bunch of different nit treatments. Some are good, some work. Some are not so good and don't work, and some are good but they don't really work for dreadlocks in as much as they're not going to do your dreadlocks any favours, although it will kill the nits. So there's some that are out in the shops at the moment that they're quite oily based, where you leave them in for 15 minutes, wash it out and the nits are dead. So it does kill the nits, but what it does do is it leaves your roots really fluffy, and there's lots of loose hair coming out because obviously it's oily in the roots and it's stopping it from it's over moisturising your dreadlocks. The one that I got a few years ago and that I'm going to use again, it is the best one. It's called Delacet. This is a herbal head lice solution, natural ingredients. The ingredients in it is tincture of larkspur. So larkspur is a flower and it's the tincture of that flower. The other ingredient is acetate acid. Don't be put off by the chemical name. Acetate acid is no more than vinegar. Like most products, if you have the chemical name, you know that it's been formulated properly. If it's just the name of a fruit or something like this, it's a marketing gimmick. Everything is a chemical. This comes in a 100ml bottle in here. You can buy it online. I've got this one from Amazon. That's the size of the bottle. Now you can see my dreadlocks are quite long. We're only actually going to need half of this bottle for the first treatment and then the other half for the second treatment in a couple of days. So I'll show you how to apply that, and you need to leave this on for 3 hours. I've got quite a sensitive scalp, so it's going to burn. To be honest, there's nothing that I've found any better. And after you wash it out, the burn's gone and your scalp does actually genuinely feel amazing. What we're going to do now is apply this onto the dreadlocks. We're only going to use half of this bottle, we don't need the whole thing. Also, we don't need to put it all the way down the dreadlocks, put it over the scalp. Okay. And this is going to really sting me. Let your dreads hang into your bath or your shower or your basin or whatever, because it's going to run down. Pour it on top, bit at a time, and rub it in. Some on the top here. On the top here, the crown, they sort of sit around there, and also all these here, all around the ears, both sides. Make sure it's covered every area of the scalp. That vinegar. Right, so that's all over now. I don't know if you can see, but that's half the bottle. This is going to have to stay on for 3 hours, so I'm going to wrap it in a towel and go and watch some telly. This first hour is going to be the hour that stings the most. After the first hour, maybe even half an hour, it will just sort of go numb. So we're going to leave this on for 3 hours, and then we'll come back, rinse it off, and give it a wash through to clear it all out. It's been 3 hours, and I can't wait to get it off. Okay, now we've got all the nit stuff rinsed out of the dreadlock. I give it a really good wash. That's better. Once you've done that wash, you will need to do it again in a couple more days. Basically, with the life cycle of nits, they go from when they hatch to 3 days in they become an adult. After them 3 days, they then lay more eggs. So we're going to redo it again in 2 days to stop the nits getting to adults, to allow all the eggs to hatch and kill off any remaining lice. What I'll do, I'll put links in the description below for the products that I've used and where you can get them.